Hi, my name is Tara Shireen Rowe. I'm an associate professor in the philosophy and religion department. And one thing that I think that many students assume about philosophy is something that I assumed as well. I avoided taking philosophy classes. I avoided taking religion classes as an undergraduate because I felt like it was a space where I didn't belong, and they were probably readings that would be not of interest or over my head. I eventually was kind of forced into taking, probably by some requirement, that I was forced into taking a philosophy and religion class. What I realized once I started taking it is that I knew these ideas. I knew these people already. I knew Augustine. I knew Aristotle, but I hadn't known that I knew them. And once I realized that my views about myself, about who I was, about gender, about race, about my environment, had been so shaped by these figures, I realized that I needed to come to know them in order to start to think them differently. And so for me, that was the really empowering thing about taking philosophy and religion classes, is coming to know where my ideas had come from, and that once I knew where those ideas came from, I could start to think them differently.
My name's Ben Larson. I'm a PhD student and instructor in philosophy, and I came to philosophy from English literature. I was interested in text to begin with, and realized actually what grabbed my attention about those was the bigger ideas that made texts relevant. And I think philosophy is an interesting way of getting at those bigger ideas.
Hi, I'm Leah Kalmanson, and I'm an associate professor in the Department of Philosophy and Religion here at UNT. What got me interested in philosophy early on, when I was younger, I guess for my own existential questions. I had lots of questions about life and what I was doing with my life, and I thought no matter what I do with my life, if I learn about philosophy and study some of these questions in school, it will be a good thing, no matter what else I might do professionally. So professionally, I ended up in philosophy, but I do think that our major is a great one to pair with any career path you might be taking through your time here at UNT.
Hi, I'm Pedro Brea. I'm a teaching fellow at the philosophy department here at UNT. I'm about to finish my 4th year of the PhD program, going on to hopefully my last one. And why I chose philosophy? I think philosophy is the only subject that I ever studied that, along with a sense of intellectual challenge, also gave me a sense of meaning. And I decided, I think early on, that that's what I wanted for myself, and the idea of spending my entire life just thinking about who I am, getting to know myself and other people, understanding why we're here, historically, scientifically, all those things, those questions are all open to you in philosophy, and I just get a huge reward from understanding all of that. So that's why I chose philosophy.
I'm here with Dr. Martin Yaffe of the Philosophy and Religion Department. Dr. Yaffe, what first got you interested in a career of philosophy and scholarship?
Thank you for asking. The career part just sort of happened. Starting in high school and beyond, I got interested in what turned out to be theological questions. I mean, I didn't know the fancy word for it. There were religious questions, the usual sort of thing about God and was there such a thing. And as I read around, the more up-to-date people I read, the less I really learned from them. And what happened was I said, well, where are they getting these notions? They're contradicting themselves. They're not quite addressing what's on my mind. They are or they're not. And I thought, well, let me look at the older books that they're looking at. The Bible, of course, well, I knew some Hebrew. I had to get better at that. But also the philosophers. And eventually it turned out I had Latin in high school. So it was an easy transition, fairly easy for me to go to Greek. And so I started reading, in any case, the great medieval people who really were intimate and inclined to biblical things in the way the moderns have this difficulty that turned out to be very much my difficulty. What do you do with modern science and the Bible and so on? So that's really at the heart of it.
My name is Miguel Gualdron Ramirez. I teach the Philosophy and Religion department here at UNT. I teach questions of aesthetics and politics from Latin America and the Caribbean. The thing that students and people in general presuppose about philosophy is that we do a very abstract and disconnected discipline set of questions that are for people who have read a lot and have nothing to do with material considerations of life. And one of the things that we want to do here is transform that assumption and show students and other people that we're actually thinking with the world and with material conditions and with the lives of people, students, but people outside as well. So in particular, what I like to do in my classes is to connect those very abstract and disconnected questions with the material needs and expectations and lives of our students and their communities, so both individually but also in collectives.